Hello YouTube, it's Tony, and so today I'll be showing you a review and analysis on the Skillcape Perk Rework. For those who have watched me in the past, I have done a Skillcape Perk review video just a while ago. Anyways, I'll definitely leave that link in the description. So this update came out recently, and they reworked some existing Skillcapes. Now, I'm just going to give you my initial thoughts on it, so the information may not be fully accurate. Here is the webpage of the patch notes regarding the Skillcape Perk Rework, and here are the following. In addition to this, we also added new Master Cape perks for the non-virtual 120s, basically the Invention, the Dungeoneering, the Quest Cape, as well as the Slayer. They'll pretty much retain the respective 99 perk, in addition to new perks. Finally, the Expert Skillcapes can now hold up to 2 perks, but they must be in the same category. For example, you can combine Attack and Strength, but not Attack and Firemaking. Now that I've summarized the update, let's talk about the review of each and every cape that's been reworked, as well as the Master Cape. Starting with the Agility Cape, you will no longer fail at any obstacle or shortcut. Unfortunately, the Heaven course never fails. I mean, it might be useful at the Wilderness course though, but the fail rates aren't even that high at level 99. It's also pretty nice for some clue scroll scans, but I'm not sure which ones there are. I heard the Goblin Cave does fail sometimes. So with that said, I'm just going to give this a 3 out of 5 stars. The next cape I'll talk about is Constitution, or as many people call it, HP. Basically this will double your HP restore rate, but this time it actually works in combat. It also stacks with the Regeneration Bracelet and the Fortitude Prayer. Now I would say this is rather situational than useful all round. I mean, it's mostly used for high level Shattered Worlds, although some places you don't really take much damage, and that can make it actually more AFK. To be honest though, I would say the regeneration rate just isn't fast enough to justify like replacing it on a maxed or comp cape. Because of all this, I'm just going to give this a 3 out of 5 stars. So the next cape I'll talk about is Construction. Now there's a chance you can save planks when you're building, and also works with protein planks, and even stacking with the Scroll of Proficiency. I would say this one is a no-doubter because not only does it save you a lot of money, but it can also save you some bank trips from butlers. With that said, it's definitely well worth wearing for construction training, and because of this is an easy 5 out of 5 stars. Let's talk about the Crafting perk, and this will provide you unlimited thread as well as the chance to cut all the gems at once in your inventory. So cutting the gems all in one tick will actually grant you XP, which is actually the most amazing way to train crafting. Like, it's even gone faster than that, you know? Now it's also brilliant to save inventory space for thread, and because of this, I'm just gonna rate this a 5 out of 5. Here's the Divination Cape effect. Now the Wisp when you're harvesting normally would last maybe 20 to 70 seconds or so, right? Well, now it lasts 30 seconds consistently. If you were to stack this with Memorial to Guthixd perk, this will then boost it to 40 seconds. Well, first of all, Divination is kind of slow to train in general, and it doesn't even work for Ancestral Energies. The other problem is that the old Skillcape perk was actually very nice for Weaving Curse Energy and other products that require energy, you know? However, there is one key thing that really stands out with this cape, and that is consistency. Like, knowing when to AFK is really huge for a lot of people, and because of this, I'm going to give this a 4-star rating. Then I'm going to get into the Firemaking Cape, and this will offer you better rewards from fire spirits, as well as acting as a light source. I mean, the real issue is, the fire spirits have bad rewards to begin with, and probably a lot of people who do bonfiring are going to AFK and not even bother clicking them anyways. For the light source effect, I would say for many high level places, it doesn't even require a light source. Like the places that do require a light source, you might as well just carry the light source itself. The other issue is that the old effect is actually much better, and it's especially useful for Iron Men who want to train cooking. See, the thing is, the permanent fires do not give you 10% cooking XP. So in my opinion, this is a downgrade from the previous perk, even though not a lot of people used it, but that's probably because there aren't a lot of Iron Men out here. Because it's a huge killer for Iron Man, and the new cape effect isn't that useful for main accounts, I'm gonna give this a measly 1-star rating. The Fletching Cape effect will provide you a chance of extra bullets, arrows, or darts. The extra ammunition you provide won't get you extra XP, unfortunately. I would say this is very amazing for fletching dragon arrows and even fletching the rune darts, as yeah, this definitely does save you a lot of money. Unfortunately, it isn't all that useful for broad arrow fletching because, well, the broad arrows aren't worth nothing anyways. Also for Iron Man, they're kind of on the losing end of this because the bow fletching effect used to be pretty amazing. Due to this, I'm gonna give this 4 out of 5 stars. So here's the Hunter Cape effect, and that will give you a trap radius of 2 extra squares. This is a legitimate great all-around perk for hunter training, and it makes it a lot easier to catch creatures, thus increasing the XP per hour. There's no need to explain further on this, and because of that, this is definitely a 5 out of 5 stars. So here's the effect of Prayer Cape. It retains the Gilded Altar effects with lit burners, as well as making it so that the first age cape 1% XP boost will work. So yes, this does save you inventory space as well as time when you're using it at Gilded Altars. It's also essentially like a first age cape with combat stats, but I mean, to be fair, Gilded Altars aren't the fastest way to train prayer nowadays, as yeah, we do have Chaos Altars and the Scatterberry method, which are both faster than that. As for Skillcapes, well, they're not the best to wear in combat, but having the 1% prayer XP effect may be helpful sometimes. I would say they're probably best at Firewatch or something. Anyways, I'm gonna give this a 4-star rating. After that, we have the Thieving Cape, and basically the thieving drops are now noted, as well as retaining the effects of RD Cape 3 if you own that already. This is mainly great for Elf City thieving and the ham members for the easy clue scrolls. Essentially, it just makes elves even more AFK because obviously they drop a lot of unnoted stuff. Another noteworthy place you can use them at is Phoenix Feathers because they actually note them, so it makes gathering much easier. The only problem I have with this is that it isn't particularly useful at Dwarf Traders as all the drops are noted. Now having the stun reduction as well as the RD Cape would have honestly made these Dwarf Traders much faster. Based on what I said, I'm gonna give this 4 out of 5 stars. So now that I've talked about the regular capes, let's talk about the Master Capes. Starting with the Master Invention Cape, it now increases the chances of uncommon and rare materials when disassembling. Unfortunately, it doesn't work with invention machines, however. I mean, it's overall pretty nice for hunting for coveted perks like Precise 4, Equilibrium 2, Scavenging 3, Hone 5, or many other choices. It's even great for disassembling items that don't give you a 100% chance of the rare components. So my review on this is an easy 5 out of 5 stars. There are multiple effects for the Master Dungeoneering Skillcape perk. The first one gives you the chance to choose which Dungeoneering boss to face. The second one, you can actually wear this cape inside Dungeoneering, and you can even wear the 99 cape as well. Finally, the third and last effect will increase the chance of lore book drops in regular and elite dungeons. The really cool thing about this is that it fills the empty cape slot in Dungeoneering, which, I mean, obviously it's nice to have extra combat stats. Also, you can actually choose an easy boss fight once in a while, which can really help you speed the Dungeoneering times. So because of this, I'm giving this a 5 out of 5 stars. For the Master Slayer perk, there's basically a chance you can choose any Slayer task you want when you're getting a new task. Like this, my friends, is a dream update most of us Slayer enthusiasts are looking for. Yeah, you definitely want to wear this cape when you're getting a new task. Of course, I don't really need to explain further on why it's amazing, so once again, this is an easy 5-star review. Finally, last but not least, is the Master Quest Cape. It will give you teleports to various lore locations, and on this slide, I listed the teleports. Some of those teleports, however, are available through other sources, but regardless, this is still amazing as a cape nonetheless, and yeah, of course, I'm going to give this 5 out of 5 stars. So in conclusion, this is my overall review of the cape. For the most part, I would say this update is really amazing. I mean, I did give positive reviews for most of the capes. Just letting you know again, this may not be accurate as opinions are definitely subject to change. So what are your thoughts on the new Skillcape perks? Are they great? Are they bad? What do you guys think of them? So yeah, thanks for watching and I hope it helps. If I missed anything, feel free to ask. Also, be sure to subscribe if you haven't done so already, because I'll definitely be doing more item reviews and guides especially.